Hello, my little ponies, and welcome back to another episode of Rune Factory 5. On today's episode, we are going back to base and trying to unlock the next dungeon, yes? Or do we already have the next dungeon? I forget. I'm not concerned. I think the next dungeon is already... Hello!
Rune Factory.
Rune the Factory. Also, it turns out in the last episode, people could barely even hear us over the sounds of the game itself. So I've upped the sensitivity on my mic and lowered the volume of the game. Like, according to the OBS, my mic, when I talk, it strictly goes into the yellow zone. The volume is maximized. And it's still, my videos are still really quiet. Compared to other YouTube videos.
Yes.
Well, I'm
Yes.
a little bit hungry, so I'm gonna get my ice cream. Remember when I got ice cream yesterday?
Icy cream?
Yeah, I got it yesterday, remember?
When I got my groceries yesterday, I wanted to get some like frozen yogurt, but the specific place I was ordering from had the yogurt for an expensive cost instead of like a reasonable price.
Well then.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna worry about it.
Alright, time to get my ice cream.
Icy cream. So, like, I feel like I should have something to talk about for this episode, but really, what is there to discuss? Like, anyway. No, that's not rhetorical. What is there to even talk about? Because I don't... What is the hip, new, and exciting, right, thing going on? Well... I mean, that's just the thing, right? Things don't tend to happen, do they? I know this.
Well, it's a neat subject. Am I right?
Time to eat.
There we go. Force of no return. Let's go in. Ah! Oh, wait, no, we don't do this. We do this. Yeah, if we're not doing that, then we don't need that. Of course, I'm looking forward to Rune Factory 6 and seeing all that's bound to have in store. But it's like, gosh, there are so many little indie games that I played and enjoyed the heck out of that it's like, I want more content for them. Like, I could totally do more videos of, like, Nightfall Hacker if only there... We need to go onto, like, the forums and just find, like, user-submitted levels, download a bunch of them, and then just start playing them.
Mm-hmm.
We should totally do that at some point.
I can start looking.
Sure, if you want to, and then... Yeah, that'd be cool. Sometimes I think that, gosh, we really should have been, like, recording the, Minecrafts just to have, like, long-form videos. We could have done an episode of just us farming that experience with the XP farm that I made.
Nice.
You just casually, slowly gaining more and more levels. While I'm, like, doing chores and stuff, so I have to leave the XP farm. And then you finding out that I built that entire tower with the wrong seed. So now I have to replant all the crops. And then me finding out that the, like, I think 16 crops in the middle, they don't actually have enough light to grow. So we're missing out on a fair chunk of production. And then I found out a solution to the problem. Because, like, typically if you put, like, any sort of like a block in the space above the mythical agriculture crops, they won't grow.
You're big and strong.
They have to have an empty block above them. So if you put a glowstone above them for light,
Okay?
they won't glow. But they won't grow. Eh.
I hope it comes out okay.
But there's like a staff that just puts in like a little ball of light, whatever, and the crops will still totally grow even with that there.
Watering time.
So every once in a while, once we get enough seeds, I just go in, plant some more.
Watering time.
Yeah, exchange some of the cold iron for void.
Watering time. I hope it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay.
Eh.
Oh, right.
Also, D&D went good. Nap time! D&D went good today. We fought, like, a few, like, octopodes. We fought
Nice.
a kraken, which our fighter took down in, like, one turn. It's not fair, the fighter has a swim speed. All of it... This latest chapter has been having us go underwater for combat, for the record.
Nice.
Well,
Almost like I planned it.
this is unfortunate. Aside from a post from literally 3 days ago, there has been no activity in the forum for Nightfall Hacker since 2023.
I mean, custom maps are custom maps, even if they're 2 years old.
And none of them are custom mapped.
Oh, well then. What, are we gonna have to, like, just make it, like, custom maps for each other or something? Go through the trial and error process of making custom maps? Heck, maybe for once I'll actually stream it. Nightfall Hacker, let's make some custom maps. Calm down.
Yes. Watering time.
Actually, I have platinum. Can't I make a platinum watering can? Don't I have enough levels and stuff for platinum tier goods?
Watering time. Ah! You're big and strong, okay? Ouch! Watering time. I hope it comes out okay. Watering time.
I like how you can still dash just fine while paralyzed. Oh, right. I learned something else new today that's a little bit unfortunate. Not like a lot unfortunate, just a little bit. So you know that Gloomhaven, like, tabletop role-playing game that I've been just low-key hyped about coming out lately?
Yeah.
Turns out that in order to play the game, apparently, you actually need to get, like, the cards add-on. I thought the cards would be, like... I don't know if you've ever seen those, like, D&D 5th edition, like, spell cards. Just, like, you know, little player aids that show, like, what the different spells do, so players can be used to. It's like, oh, yeah, I cast Guiding Bolt. This is what it does. Instead of opening up the book or looking it up. So I thought it'd be like that. So when I backed the Gloomhaven stuff, I didn't pay the $50. I think it's USD. It defaulted to USD. I didn't pay the $50 USD for that. As it turns out, however, what it actually is like the player ability cards in Gloomhaven. So it actually turns out that you kind of need them.
The fact that they're sold separately but are 100% necessary is very
Watering time.
Yeah.
rude.
Like, I think, was it like the rulebook itself?
I hope it comes out okay.
I should double check this before I make any claims about prices there. I might still have this open. Okay, yeah. No. Okay. So, just the rulebook itself, $30. Wait, where's... Oh, it's not applicable to get that. And just the complete card set is $50. But you can get the deluxe box set for $90. Which has the handbook, the decks, as well as the Gloom Master screen that they're selling separately for $10. So it's just buying all 3 levels individually. And I think they give you a character sheet pad. So I'll have to see if the rulebook, because like if the rulebook has all the information on the player cards, you know, if they spend a few pages if they take up a few pages to talk about the player cards and what they are, you know, the information, then I could just make my own. If someone winds up revealing like a PDF version of the cards, again, I can make my own. If, however, they don't, and like that would be something that should have been like in bold on the backer page, like, hey, by the way, if you want to play, you need these cards. But I didn't want to pay the extra $50 just for the cards, thinking that they were just optional. And also thinking that I don't exactly have anyone to play with, but also thinking that they were optional. If I don't need the official cards, then I don't need the official cards if I'm, you know, just only ever going to play by myself. Which is what I'll probably wind up doing.
Huh.
Time to eat.
So you know how I told you that it didn't look like there were any like player-made maps or whatever, like on the discussion forum and all that? But there was one post 3 days ago.
What's that?
Someone has made another game kind of inspired by Nightfall.
Cool.
There is a demo available, and the full game comes out in June. So, that is something we might want to look into.
Go check out a Token War.
A Token War? What?
Yeah, Token War. That's also an indie game that I really want to see more of.
Didn't you already...
Yeah, I beat it, but I want to... There's like a
Oh,
Token
you want
War
me to
too.
see if there's anything more in the discussion for this one?
Three days ago. I think that was when I played the game. I didn't even record it. I just played it for fun. And it just so happened.
Okay, A Token War hasn't had any activity on its discussion board since 2021.
Watering time.
So,
Gosh. I really just want to hack for that game where like, you get to choose what upgrades you get and what tokens you can buy from the pool of all of them, instead of just like, oh hey, you reached the end of a chapter. Cool, choose one of these 2 upgrades to your castle. They're both useless to what you're trying to do.
sounds about right.
Why is my encoding overloaded, OBS? Why is the Minecrafter still running? Close this window. Why is Discord using up 42% of my GPU? I'm gonna reset Discord really quick here. It's a Discord button. There's no Discord button. That's a Discord button. Close Discord. Should not be Discord. It's like, just... I've been having such issues with my computer. I think I need a new CPU. I don't know. What do I need when sometimes, like, just moving the cursor on a window lags like crazy? Reconnect to the voice chat. Meow. Discord using up 0.1% of my GPU. Somehow I have 6 instances of Discord open when I just reset it. And then trying to stream this game that in the past has streamed totally fine. 40% of my GPU is being used by streaming this. So I guess I'm not streaming Runes. Streaming the game to you, even though I'm not seeing the stream itself, uses up like 40%.
Are you sure you're not seeing the stream yourself? Does a thing come up saying like the...
Okay, so like Stream Rune Factory 5, little like image of it comes up like, hey, this is what you'll be streaming. Is that okay? My CPU less than 1, or GPU less than 1%. I say stream. My Discord window shows this stream has been hidden. I am not looking at my own stream. Over 30% GPU usage. Over 40% GPU usage. The stream has been hidden. And yet I'm still using 31 to 45% of my GPU.
Okay, hang on a sec here. Let me just try streaming a random window. Just for the sake of... because I'm pretty sure there's a way. Okay. On the thing, do you see the hover over your stream thing, even though it's saying you're not showing it?
Okay, stream it. Hover over it. Do what?
Okay. On the bottom right, like, of the thing, do you see, like, the 3 dots?
Yes, I'm in the stop streaming, change stream, stream quality, share stream audio, more options.
And more options?
Show my screen share is not checked. It is empty. It is blank.
Really? And it's
I am
still...
not showing my screen share. That's why it says this stream has been hidden.
Wow.
And it is
Alright.
still over 40%.
Jeebus. So what you're saying is you don't need a new CPU, you need a new GPU.
This is like a, what, 40 series GPU? I mean, my CPU is also over 50%, and so is my memory. Apparently CurseForge is taking up almost 2 gigabytes of memory. I'm not using CurseForge. Why is it taking up so much? Is it all the ads?
Maybe.
I don't have this GPU problem when I stream other games. And notably... Wait, where even is OBS on this list? OBS isn't in, like, the active list. Apparently Parsec is still running. I don't know why Parsec is running. And I closed the Minecraft launcher, but that's still going too. Okay, wait, I'm looking at Task Manager. It's not saying that OBS is running. Which is weird, because I'm definitely using OBS here. I know, I should be playing. But why is OBS not running? Yeah, there's something wrong with Task Manager. It's not actually showing the tasks properly.
Big and strong, okay? Watering time. I hope it comes out okay. Watering time.
Yeah, after giving stats conditions to me, these mushrooms don't really
Big
do
and
much of
strong,
anything.
Okay? You're big and strong, okay?
So it's just a matter of...
Damn it.
just keep watering them until they're all done
Hope it
for.
comes out okay.
Okay, now the poison is an issue.
Time to eat. I hope it comes out okay. Watering time. I hope it comes out okay. You're big and strong, okay? Watering time. Watering time. Watering time. Time to eat.
And fatigue is not such a big deal. Alright, good, finally, good. On to the next room. Oh, wait, this is where the, whoops. I accidentally went forwards. This is... No. The crystal seeds can be found here. So anyway... the Crystal Project deck is coming along slowly. The Fish Percent deck, I mean.
Uh-huh.
It's a silly idea, but it's actually getting some legs now that I've found a good commander for it.
You're big and strong, okay?
Yeah, a colorless creature with a 5-color color identity, so counts as a 5-color commander. So I can play
Time to eat.
whatever cards I want, color identity-wise. Whenever another colorless creature you control dies, you get an experience counter, pay some amount of mana, pay Ruberg.
Time to eat.
All colorless creatures you control get plus X to end of turn, where X the number of experience counters you have.
Comes out okay.
When the job equipment enters the battlefield, it makes a colorless creature token.
I hope it comes out okay.
So all I have to do is basically build the deck around getting out these jobs and just blinking the equipments, keep the tokens, have my commander stay out, let the tokens die, and I just keep getting experience counters, catch the fish, and then we just
Hope it comes out okay.
boost everything up to big enough numbers
Hope it
to
comes
hopefully
out
win.
okay.
Especially nice if I wind up just equipping all of that equipment to the commander. So with the power of multiple jobs, multiple class skills,
Watering time.
we can win Fish
Watering
Percent.
time.
Even though in regular Fish Percent, we don't actually fight.
I hope it comes out okay. Watering time.
Yeah, I was really hoping that all of the job cards put together would have the entire alphabet.
Big and strong.
So I could just also roll 0 in a now I know my ABCs. So when I have all of like the jobs together, especially if the backside of side quest catch a fish included some of the necessary letters. So it's like no, I have to get I have to get enough jobs and catch a fish.
Ouch.
That's my win condition.
Delicious. I hope it comes out okay.
Brum, brum. Hiya. So in other recent news, apparently progress is being made on the Dark Cloud 2 Archipelago.
You're big and
Cool.
strong, okay?
Yeah.
I wonder what they're
We'll
gonna
see.
do to make it possible to make it more viable for
Comes out okay.
you know, shorter term ones, like being
So,
able to complete it in like 4 hours instead of 40.
100. So, one of the things that I heard was infinite gold and infinite, like, experience, which would definitely make it faster. Also, skipping cutscenes,
Real big and strong, okay?
because cutscenes do take up quite a bit of time, and skipping side quests.
Real big and strong, okay?
Like when you, like skipping the camera tutorial to get the ride part, skipping the mini games to recruit people. Oh, by the way, recruiting people will be a check.
Big and strong, okay?
So once you get to that point in chapter 2, where you can start recruiting people, you can just run around and grab, like, I don't know, 20 or so
Big and
checks.
strong, okay? Watering time.
But considering that the checks for chapter 1 are going to be taken out, like,
Watering time.
not being put in the pool, so the game doesn't either crash or instantly
Big and strong,
VK,
okay?
I wonder if there'll just be an option, just, hey, skip chapter 1.
Real big and strong, okay?
If there's no archipelago items in the pool for it,
Delicious. Watering time. Watering
why have someone play a game for like an hour that does not
Comes
influence
out okay?
the archipelago at large?
I hope it comes out okay.
Gosh, I wonder if taking the pictures is going to be checks. All pictures that, like... All, like, repeatable pictures, pictures you don't get locked out of, counting as checks.
Time to eat.
It's like, oh, hold on, I have to take a picture for train, now a bell, now a whistle.
Real big and
You get an
strong,
item
big
in
and
your
strong,
game,
okay?
and you pick up picture of bed.
Watering time.
Of course, if that's the case, then the ride part, then the camera tutorial could very well be impossible because you need to take 3 specific pictures. Although, it's kind of funny that in the tutorial... Okay. In the camera tutorial, you're supposed to take pictures of milk canisters, a belt,
I hope it comes out okay.
and I forget what the third one was.
Watering time.
But in order to get, have the parts to make the idea to make a battery pack for the ride part so you can use it. However, you also have access to the pictures needed for a tier 2 ride pod energy pack,
Watering time.
as well as you can just go to the store, I think, and just buy the parts to make that. But if you make that, the tutorial is still incomplete, because it's not just make an energy pack, it's make the tier 1 energy pack. The tier 2 one isn't the tier 1, and won't just let you have it.
Watering time. Watering time. Watering time. Watering time. Watering time. I hope it comes out okay. Watering time. Watering time. Watering time. Watering time. I hope it comes out okay.
Yeah, a game where it,
Okay?
like,
I hope it comes out okay.
a game with, like, random map layouts is curious to have for an archipelago. But yeah, even so, I guess maybe an option to, like, not have speeder checks. But it's like, what could be checks in Dark Chronicle? Spheda, because winning Spheda gives you a specific thing. Like, okay, so you could have Spheda be a... Each game of Spheda be a check. But Spheda isn't very easy to do. What? So making it into checks
Hope it comes
would
out
be,
okay. Real big and strong. Okay?
not necessarily the best, but anyway.
All right.
Recruitment, yep. Every reward you get from Giorama completion
Watering
Oh, and also the Wonder Boxes from the
Hope it
future.
comes out okay. Ouch.
And I guess,
Uh-huh.
yeah, you do get some, like, high-tier, like, weapon gift as rewards. So if those are in the pool, then it's possible that someone just gives you, like, a Chapter 7 weapon while you're still in Chapter 1 or 2. And then you can just absolutely breeze through the dungeon. You'll have
Time to eat.
very little to worry about.
Delicious. Watering time. All right. Go big and strong, okay? Yes. Go big and
Hey,
go big and strong,
meow.
okay? Go big and strong, okay? I hope it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay. Go big and strong, okay? Go big and strong, okay?
What's that?
Watering time. I hope it comes out okay. Go big and strong, okay? I hope it comes out okay. Time to eat. All right. All right.
Nope, this way. Right, go back home, drop off some supplies, everything's gonna be fine.
Time to eat.
What do we have here? We have... boop, boop. Do we have enough corn? Probably not. We should make some more. Or grab some more. Do we have more in storage? Not many. Yeah, it's like, you know, just going around gardening and tending to the people and all that is very fun and all that. But I've reached the point where it's just like, I just want to get to the end. Whatever. I'll focus on, you know, the population and everything. In Rune Factory 6, I just want to do this. Play the game, finish it off. Lots of runes in the air. So nice and pretty. Whispering Woods. Force of No Return Heart. So this is where I fight a tree, which was pretty stationary. It might not be so difficult. Let's see if this also takes half an hour, because, oh my god, the last one took about that long too.
Watering time.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I love creativity. I love when things are interesting, even if they are a bit overcomplicated. My little brother has the habit too. He tends to just overcomplicate things for enjoyment. It's one thing to overcomplicate things for sake of drama. It's another thing to overcomplicate something just for sheer enjoyment.
Big and strong, okay? Watering time.
The way I tend to when I don't tend to overcomplicate like games and stuff like that much, but when I do, it's because I just have a very specific way I want to play the entire thing. like I did with Mass Effect. Like, I had a very specific plan I wanted to do for the entire trilogy,
Watering
and
time.
planned it out well before I did it.
Watering time.
No, like, my brother will, like, make up games. And according to my mom, they are very complicated. I used to make board games when I was a kid. My cousin and I would get some, like, just some paper and some, like, markers and stuff and make board games. Gosh, I'd love to do that again. Imagine that being, like, a gaming niche. We just, like, make our own little board games, and we just make videos of us just playing them. It's like, oh, you landed on the green space, that means you get to go again. Or, you landed on the ugly green space, that means you die.
Watering time.
That was just the thing. We had, I think we had, like, what, like 12 colors of marker? So there was a green, and there was an ugly green.
Comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay.
It's like, oh, you have to restart from the beginning, because you died.
You're big and strong, okay?
Gosh, this is so long ago. What was it? Purple, you lose your next
I
turn.
hope it comes out okay.
There was a yellow, but I don't remember what it was. So there'd be, like, doors and stuff, and you'd have to, like, pick up a key or, like, get a key, like, card. Because there'd also be, like, cards. So it's like, oh, you land on, like, the good space, you draw a good card. You land on, like, the bad space, you get, like, a bad
I hope
card.
it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay. Watering time. Watering time.
Of course, my cousin would always win because he makes up the rules as we play, so he'd just make himself win. And I was just there, you know, just for the sake of playing. Like, yeah, whenever we'd play something together, unless there was something with rules that he couldn't just change, he'd win. If we did, like, video games together, I would have a chance of winning. But, like, he, quote-unquote, taught me how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And the rules were very far away from actual official Yu-Gi-Oh! Rules. Even, you know, Duelist Kingdom era Yu-Gi-Oh! Rules. Yeah. We'd see something happen on the show,
I hope it comes out okay.
and, like, just basically emulate that. Oh, I'll just return Dark Magician to my hand. Play Dark Hole to, you know, destroy all of your creatures. Replay Dark Magician and attack you directly for game.
I hope it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay.
Oh, we're playing on a, you know, a lava battlefield, so this card does nothing.
I hope it comes out okay.
You could play a spell or trap card, but it'd have to be, like, directly behind the monster, and you could, like, flip it up during combat to protect the monster. Doesn't really even matter what the card is. Its effect is protect the monster. But only the one, like, in that column, until I pointed out that in the show, someone was able
Comes out
to
okay.
use a spell card on a monster when they weren't in the same room.
Delicious.
Like,
You're big and strong, okay?
God, I wish that we had, like, made, like, a video, or a few videos of us playing that Yu-Gi-Oh! Just for my own sake, because, oh gosh, that would just be funny to watch. Knowing, like, the actual rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now.
You're big and strong, okay?
But do you really?
You're big and strong, okay? I hope it comes out okay. You're big and strong, okay?
BRB, my Discord is acting up again.
Naughty Discord.
Watering time.
Oh, I am so
I hope
not
it comes out okay.
actually certain if I will be able
Hope
to
it comes out okay.
go through all of Runecraft, but, like, okay. If I, you know, focus more on the farming side of things and level up, and, you know, I could always, like, wind up finding an emery flower for sale from the everything store. Because, like, I could get enough money to buy an emery flower. I could theoretically get, like, level up my rune points enough to be able to make gold juice, even just from scratch. Maybe. Actually, probably not. Not without a fluffy scarf. Really scarf? Not without the right scarf for it, maybe. Could I even make the level? Okay, well, like, whatever. I could farm, like, a lot of money. I could make enough G's. Find, I don't know, levelizer available at the store. And just, have, you know, keep making money and keep finding levelizers. And get up to level, like, 50,000. I am super tempted, actually, to just go on to, like, my completed save and just, like, refight through all of these bosses with, you know, this tier of watering can. Just to show, like, yeah, technically it's possible. If you can get high enough stats, you could absolutely do it. Because you can get stats up super high without necessarily having to fight.
Out okay. Watering time. I hope it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay. You're big and strong, okay?
This might take like a whole hour just to fight this one tree.
I hope it comes out okay.
So yeah. But essentially, mostly just gonna play until the next Rune Factory game comes out, and hopefully it won't be so crazy expensive I'll just refuse to buy it. I mean, if it's like way, way, way too ridiculously expensive, I mean, I just torrent it.
I hope it comes out okay.
Buy it eventually, just, you know, if it's like $100 or something stupid high like that, like, no. If it's like $60, yeah. I don't want to spend that much, but I will. If it's $80, that's where I'll be waffling.
You're big and strong, okay? Watering time. You're big and strong, okay? Watering time. You're big and strong, okay?
That's
Delicious.
I will say though, yeah, Warming Can and Rune Factory 4. Okay,
You're big and
Warming
strong.
Can only challenged Rune Factory 4. That was very interesting. But very... Yeah, because Rune Factory 4 is generally pretty easy if you know what you're doing. Warming Can only in Rune Factory 1. Other than the mermaid fight, it wasn't too difficult. Even the final boss fight wasn't so bad. I was like max level, but
You're big and
still,
strong.
it wasn't too bad. Rune Factory 2... Yeah, Rune Factory and Rune Factory 2 both had a ton of grinding that I actually didn't do in...
Hope it comes out okay.
Yeah, I didn't really grind so much Rune Factory
Big and
3
strong, okay?
or 5. And it's like, yeah, I did a bit of grinding here and there, but it's like, Rune Factory 1 and Rune Factory 2, I'd spend entire in-game days just grinding. I guess I did kind of do that in Rune Factory 5, but
You're big and
not,
strong,
you know,
okay?
right at the beginning of the game.
You're big and strong,
Would anyone notice if I actually just... Yeah. People would notice if I randomly swapped to the other file, I'm sure.
Go big and strong, okay? Watering time. Hope it comes
So I guess it's a question of...
okay?
So, I find that I'm the sort of player, when I'm playing Rune Factory, that I like to just kind of binge through it. Like, oh hey, dungeon gets unlocked, I want to complete the complete that dungeon as fast as possible. It's not like, oh hey, you know, oh I gotta make sure I'm the first one to do it. It's like, oh hey, there's a dungeon to go through. I'm gonna go through the dungeon.
I hope it comes out okay.
And then the dungeon is done, and it's like, oh. Well, okay, I did my thing. I went through the dungeon like I said I wanted to.
Go big and strong, okay? Delicious. I hope it comes out okay. Go big and strong, okay? Watering time. Go big and strong, okay? I hope it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay. Ah! I hope it comes out okay. Time to eat. Watering time. Watering time.
Right, I had thought I was supposed to be mentioning like things about, and I just totally blanked there. But yeah, so it's like,
Comes out okay.
the dungeon comes out, and I just want to do it all, and thanks to how easy it is to get really good weapons and gear in Rune Factory 5, yeah, I was able to complete them within like a few in-game days. And then Rune Factory 4, I gave you usually like maybe a week between new dungeon unlocks. Like you just had to... You didn't have any dungeons to do for a few days, so you're like, oh, might as well just do stuff in town. Get more familiar with the townsfolk and all that. Do the townsfolk quests. It's got recruit 50 monsters. It's always like stupid.
I hope it comes out okay.
Yeah, you know,
Hope it comes out okay.
you do things. You get things. You do the things.
I hope it comes out okay.
But then Rune Factory 5, you usually unlock the next dungeon within like, I don't know, a day.
Go big and strong, okay?
So it's like, oh well, now I have another dungeon to go through.
Time to eat. I hope it comes out okay. Go big and strong.
And Rune Factory 4 had a whole thing, had this whole feeling of like, oh, you have to go through the dungeons to get like new seeds or new like tools and stuff. Like, oh, if you want silver, well, you have to go through like the next dungeon to get it. You can't have silver grade tools until then.
Watering time.
But it's like, even if you never go into the first
Comes
dungeon.
out okay.
Okay, I think you have to go into save Hina. Maybe? Actually, maybe not. Even if you, like, never actually complete the first dungeon,
Go big and strong.
you could still do a lot in Rune Factory 5, just thanks to, like,
Comes out okay. Watering time.
yeah. How much can you get done? So, I mean, I know in Rune Factory 4, you can apparently get married before you even enter the first dungeon, and have a kid, and if you bring the kid to the dungeon with you, during your first time going into the dungeon, there's a special line of dialogue.
Nice.
Like, did someone actually discover that just by happenstance, or is it only discovered by, like, going through the code and finding that line and finding what triggers it? Or did someone actually just play Rune Factory 4 and think, nah, I'm not gonna go into the first dungeon? Not even
You
walking.
know what? I guarantee you, someone decided, I'm going to do as much as I can before having to go into a dungeon. It's the sort of challenge that you might do.
I mean, it's the sort of challenge that I just mentioned potentially doing.
I hope it comes out.
What, when I wasn't here?
I hope it comes
Yeah.
out okay.
See how much I can do before going into the first dungeon, because you can do a lot more in Moon Factory 5 than you can in Moon Factory 4. I don't know if you can get married in Moon Factory 5 before going into the first dungeon. But considering the things you can get as gifts and the things that you can buy from the Everything store, you could wind up being like level. Also, how much just access to the world at large that you have before going to the first dungeon. You can fight monsters. A lot of monsters.
So what you're saying is,
monsters.
what you're saying is this should be your challenge for your blind run of Rune Factory 6.
Do everything before the first dungeon? No, thank you.
Watering time.
So, I was talking about how Rune Factory games could potentially make the games take longer to play through. Because my first playthrough, my blind playthrough of Rune Factory 5, I completed it, like, in the first spring.
Oh.
Time to eat.
Because you usually unlock dungeons either the same day or the next day. And if you know what you're doing, you can get,
I hope it comes out
like,
okay.
good enough armor and equipment, or weapons and equipment, whatever, to be able to beat the new dungeon within a day or two.
I hope it comes out okay.
So I was just able to get everything done really fast.
Big and strong. Okay.
Just so you know, we are recording, but Discord is being weird, so she can't actually stream it.
Yeah.
Noted. Alright, let me know when you're done. I didn't see a stream, so that's why I popped in.
Yep,
Alright. I'm gonna be
understandable.
doing more recording after this, so it's gonna be a bit.
Time to eat.
No worries.
So, Original Rune Factory had a really interesting way for making sure that you spent a lot of time playing,
Watering time.
like between dungeons.
Watering time.
You had to get dungeon licenses in order to unlock the next dungeon. And, I mean, in order to get the dungeon license, you have to till like 100 or some amount of soil in each place to unlock the next one.
Strong. Okay.
However,
Comes out okay.
the third dungeon. See, this is where it gets you though.
Okay.
Azura, do you remember what the requirement is for that dungeon in order to get into it?
For which dungeon?
I think it was the third dungeon in Rune Factory 1.
I don't even
Okay,
remember
cool.
Rune Factory 1. I wasn't there for Rune Factory 1.
I thought you were.
I definitely was not involved.
No, you liked the maid.
Yeah, but I think I maybe like saw the maid once.
Yeah.
Or maybe I've just blocked out the memories because Rune Factory 1 is kind of
Big
Dull?
and strong. Okay.
not
Compared
that
to
memorable.
how exciting other games are, I can see it, but compared to Harvest Moon, it's really exciting.
Watering
No, yeah, I think it was the third dungeon. Pretty sure it's the third dungeon.
time to eat.
You can only get in during winter,
Real big and
because it's
strong,
in a lake.
Okay? Real big and strong. Okay.
You have to wait for the water to freeze, then you can go into the dungeon.
I hope it comes out okay. Watering time.
Rune Factory 1 also had a mechanic of sleeping in the dungeon, as, like, one of the few skills that you can level up. Not just sleeping, but sleeping in dungeons. And you can upgrade your, like, sleeping bag to be able to sleep more consecutive days in a dungeon.
Comes out okay.
So if you go into the winter-only dungeon on, like, the last day of winter, sleep inside the dungeon and leave, the game crashes.
Big and strong. Okay.
Unfortunately, you can save inside dungeons at specified places. So you could go in there on the last day of winter, sleep, save the game,
Hope it comes out
and
okay.
totally ruin your save because I mean, it's not like you can sleep, you know, all the way back into winter again on the same sleeping bag.
Real big and strong. Okay. Time to eat. I hope it comes out okay.
So, like, I remember being annoyed by that when I was playing through it casually. I'd be annoyed by it when I was playing through, like, oh hey, I know all this stuff, let me just get through the game. But maybe that is what it takes, just have a dungeon at some point, and it's like, no, you have to just interact with the town more, maybe. Like, yeah, maybe it's like, you know, as you interact with the town, you get, like, some invisible town familiarity points. And once it reaches high enough, someone tells you, oh yeah, like, here's a dungeon. Like, here's how you can get in. And, like, you have to, like, just be social enough. And just talk with everyone. You have to, like, you know, grow your vegetables and bring them to the farmer's market. And then, on one trip to the farmer's market, that's where the next dungeon is. I've been fighting this tree for like 20 minutes. It's lost maybe, what, a quarter of its health? I have to make this thing 2 videos. I darn well. I do find it interesting that if I crit, it deals like 10 times damage. Yes, I like creativity. That's why, like, Magic the Gathering is an alright enough game. But I, you know, moved to enjoying Commander because creating a Commander deck offers so much creativity. Heck, even back when I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I had read that, like, the deck size limit was 100, and I played 100 cards in my Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck. It was not a good deck. I was playing, like, Dying Kettle the Cure Masters, which in Magic is a pretty darn good card. In Yu-Gi-Oh! It's, it doesn't do much. But, you know, but playing card games just with the cards that you have lying around. So I'd have one deck that has, like, Dying Kettle the Cure Master, and the other one just has Reign of Mercy. Which, like, for how bad Dying Kettle the Cure Master is, Reign of Mercy is even worse. So Dying Kettle the Cure Master raises your life points by 1,000. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, in the first days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players started with 2,000 life points, so that was supposed to be a lot. But, I mean, you're spending an entire card just to save yourself, maybe 1 attack, or maybe half of 1 attack. Reign of Mercy, however, all players' life points go up by 1,000. So it has all the benefits of Dying Kettle the Cure Master, which aren't very many, realistically speaking, but also downside! It's a strictly worse version of Dying Kettle the Cure Master. Unless you're running, like, was it Bad Dream of Shinobi, which wasn't out back then, as far as I'm aware. That's still only just a 2,000 point difference. Still not particularly good. If you're running Bad Dream of Samochi, you could just run, like, Gift Card to make your opponent lose 3,000 life points. Just do the Bad Dream and 3 gift cards and boom! Oko your opponent. I'm pretty sure those are all trap cards, so you can't FTK them, but you can basically FTK them. I wonder how much more popular Magic the Gathering would have been if it had a Saturday morning cartoon. Because you think about it, like, Saturday morning cartoons that are also, like, games. Like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Beyblade. I don't think Dragon Ball had a game, did it?
Dragon Ball has had games for a long time, so probably.
But like, you know,
Hope it comes out okay.
20 to 30 years ago, watching original Dragon Ball on TV, kid goes out and wants to play like Dragon Ball, like what, the card game? Dragon Ball board game? Like, it's had games made of it. But was it also, like, a game? I wasn't into it, so I don't know.
Watering time.
I mean, if you want to stick with video games, they've been around for a while. I don't know about physical games.
Alright, so...
Out okay.
But I mean,
Dragon Ball
because there have been video games since the 80s.
I don't... Oh, Dragon Ball games?
Yeah, yeah, 1986.
I was just wondering if you're trying to make the claim that video games in general came out in the 80s.
No, Dragon Ball has had
Yeah.
video games since 1986.
Cool. When did the cartoon start?
Watering time.
I'm thinking like 90s?
It's just also 1986.
Wow. Okay, so nice.
And it's worth noting, the original manga like only started coming out in 1984,
Comes out okay.
so it only took 2 years to start turn to anime.
Time to eat.
Yeah. Let's see. What other cartoons were out in, say, like, 90s cartoons that were also... Because there's stuff like He-Man that had toys.
Probably Transformers.
Transformers also had toys, yeah.
Okay.
Whereas,
Yep.
like, say, Pokemon, it has, like, the card game and the video games. Video games did come out a bit after the show,
Out okay.
but, like, still, like, oh, hey, watch Pokemon, and then go play, like, you know, big franchise Pokemon. Like, oh, you know, watch Yu-Gi-Oh, then go play Yu-Gi-Oh. If we want to get right into just card games, because, like, Magic the Gathering, though, it never had, like, a Saturday morning cartoon.
I hope it comes
And it
out
is,
okay.
like, what, the originator of card games? But imagine how much more popular it would have been with a cartoon. Or, you know, some sort of a show that would come out, you know,
Watering time.
once a week, maybe 20 weeks a year, 22 weeks a year. Actually, like, if there had been an ongoing plot, not just the books, because I know there are books, but ongoing plot, like, following the Gatewatch as they go to, like, the different planes. And it's like, hey, it's like, here we are going to Lauren, and you can, like, see it on the screen, like, in 720p.
I hope it comes out okay.
Because your parents
There
are
was-
rich and bought the high def
Delicious.
television.
I'm not seeing a card game, but there's collectible cards, but doesn't seem to be like a card game that came out in 2008. But there was a tabletop role-playing game based off of Dragon Ball Z that came out in 1999.
Neat.
Big and strong, okay? Watering time. I hope it comes out okay.
So, you know. Yeah.
We're big and strong, okay?
But yeah, it has been doing, like, merchandise since 1994. It's like, so.
Yeah.
I hope it comes out okay.
No, I'm just saying that, like,
We're big and strong, okay? Watering time.
there's just something about, like,
Watering time.
being able to interact with the thing and going, it's like, oh, this is the thing that I saw on, like, the TV show.
I hope it comes
Like,
out
oh, hey, this, you know,
okay. Big and strong.
play a Magic card. It's like, oh, right, Brainstorm. I remember that scene. Remember that scene when, like, Jace used Brainstorm?
Comes out okay.
And then, of course, we get, like, cards for a new set, and there'd just be, like, screenshots from the show instead of actual, like, specific art, so... We get to see, like, the budding relationship between, like, Nisa and Chandra.
Watering time.
See, like, new planeswalkers coming onto the scene and, like, being able to visualize the different ways that they, like,
Watering time.
planeswalk and stuff. Because apparently every planeswalker
I hope it comes out okay.
planeswalks differently. Like, some of them do it to, like, great concentration and effort, some have to sacrifice something. The Wanderer just does it by accident. I think, like, one or two planeswalkers also planeshift with a pet. Where normally, like, only the planeswalker is supposed to be able to go between planes.
I hope it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay.
Actually being able to watch the, like, have an entire season of, like, Amonkhet and seeing Nicol Bolas's plans and the things that he's been finding and piecing it together.
Strong, okay? You're big and strong, okay?
Like, a full season of, that's, I'm thinking, like, each individual set as its own season. Like, a whole season dedicated to, like, the War of the Spark.
Comes out okay.
All of these planeswalkers that we've seen before, as well as some new ones, all coming together for an ultimate battle against Nicol Bolas.
I hope it comes out okay.
Who has found ways to bring the mummified servants of Amonkhet to other planes through the planar gateway. There has been no such mass transportation of people through the planes since the
Big
Weatherlight.
and strong, okay? You're big and strong, okay?
You see, I haven't actually read any of the Magic the Gathering books. I've meant to, I just haven't.
You're big and strong, okay? You're big and strong, okay? Watering time. Delicious. You're big and strong, okay? You're big and strong, okay? Damn it! Watering time. Watering time.
Yeah, sometimes I kind of want to just animate something. Sure, it wouldn't necessarily be something good, I just want
I
to
hope it comes out
have
okay.
something for the sake of having something.
I hope it comes out okay.
I don't know, record like a... record the audio of like a D&D game,
Watering time.
and just to make like an animation that just covers through all of it. Like, you know, tell everyone, it's like, okay, heavy roleplay, we're going to be recording the audio, make an animation out of it. Make sure everyone is fully aware and accepts that.
Watering time.
And then just... My issue is I don't do voices too good. I try to do voices, but they're all just me,
Watering time.
and it's kind of not
Yeah.
I
so
hope it comes
great.
out okay.
Oh no, the tree evolved.
The tree evolved?
Well, you see, now we can move. Now it's an even deadlier tree.
Sounds bizarre.
Time to eat. You're big and strong, okay? Watering time.
Oh gosh, am I just actually not going to be able to kill this tree?
Ow. Delicious.
Ah!
You're big and strong, okay?
Yeah, I could never have like the determination to keep up with animating. I don't even have the determination to keep up with writing in the first place.
Watering time.
What I need is something that can, like, take the scenes to my brain and just immediately, like, put them down on paper. Or, heck, make them into... Yeah, just have a thing just to plug into my brain. Take the stuff I visualize and just, like, make a video out of it.
I mean, okay, well, I don't know about make a video, but...
Time to eat.
Yeah, making, like, writing and stuff, but... Like, I've tried using, speech to text, and that... It's more effort to program it properly. I spent, like, entire days just trying to make speech to text work. And then it still didn't work. There was a period of maybe a month where I was, like, not even use, like, a mouse or keyboard for my computer except to fix the speech to text. Because you could just, like, name a program, like, be on desktop, name program, computer would just go and click on that for you. So yeah, like, Internet Explorer, double click, go to youtube.com. Yeah, it was so... It didn't really hear things so good.
No?
You're big and strong, okay?
God, the tree is alive with the sound of murder.
You're big and strong, okay? Time to eat. You're big and strong, okay? You're big and strong, okay? You're big and strong, okay?
Yeah, I need to level up more.
Ouch!
Sucks when the boss is just resistant to the energy type, because then it's like, yeah, well, I'm not doing much damage, but I'm still doing damage.
Time to eat. You're big and strong. You're big and strong, okay? You're big and strong, okay? Watering time. Delicious.
I still have some.
Watering time. You're big and strong, okay? I hope it comes out okay. Watering time. Watering time. I hope it comes out okay. Delicious. I hope it comes out okay. Watering time. Watering time. Watering time.
Oh, I saw a 7 there. Because I think its health is slowly going down. The issue is, my health is quickly going down.
Watering time. Go big and strong, okay?
Yeah, there's like no way I'm actually going to be able to defeat this tree.
Okay?
I might as well just give it up now and then just spend a few episodes probably doing nothing but grinding.
Watering time.
And then, hey, Rune Factory 6!
Watering time.
Yay!
Strong, okay? Watering time. I hope it comes out okay.
Well, before I stop that, hey, Azura, is there anything you want to discuss here for a bit?
Not that I can think of.
Time to eat.
Anything interesting? Anything that's been bothering you? Any nice sandwiches you've noticed lately?
What?
What?
Nice sandwiches I've noticed?
Well, maybe not nice,
Oh.
but, you know,
Are
interesting,
you
memorable.
Are you talking about the one I shared earlier?
Yes.
Strong, okay?
The $40 hamburger?
Okay?
The $40 9-patty hamburger that is on a delivery menu.
Watering time. I hope it comes out okay.
Like, I can understand that sort of, like, as a, hey, here's, like, sort of a challenge burger, like, to eat at the restaurant. But,
It's only 9 patties. That's not
Why?
a challenge.
Go big and
Huh?
strong, okay?
The challenge is,
Go big
you know,
and strong.
eating it normally. I don't think my mouth can extend up high enough to, or I guess my jaw could unhinge far enough to bite through 9 patties. And the buns.
Delicious. I hope it comes out okay.
yeah.
Go big and strong.
Yeah, it's a matter of why. Why? And why delivery? You know it's not going to maintain, like, its, like, cohesion.
Yeah, I don't like ordering food delivery, because 90% of the time, the food is, like, when you go to a restaurant to get food, you're paying in part for, like, the ambiance of the restaurant, the, you know, it's not just paying for the food, it's paying for the convenience of not having to cook, it's paying for the ambiance of the restaurant, it's paying to keep the restaurant running, it's paying for, like, how fresh the food is supposed to be from the restaurant, because it's just cooked and right to your table, for the convenience of being able to just sit there and like, hey, yes, I'll have this food. But if you order delivery, for one thing, it's not super fresh anymore, because it can take like half an hour after it's done to get to you.
Delicious.
Which, I mean, same thing in a restaurant, but that's, you know,
I hope it comes out okay.
when delivery, it's always going to take a long time to reach you. I remember when I worked at McDonald's, and the manager told me that they want to always make sure that the fries stay,
Go big
I
and
forget the exact number, I think it was 7 minutes fresh, because after 7 minutes, the fries aren't as good as they are when they are less than 7 minutes old. So for fries...
Yeah, was this
so if
McDonald's?
Yeah, this was McDonald's.
delicious.
Yeah. I worked at McDonald's too, I remember that.
Yeah, so if the fries are sitting on the warmer for 7 minutes, toss them.
Go big and strong, okay?
Yep.
Like, yeah, I've had cold McDonald's. But then it's like, if somehow the delivery, like, you know, they get the delivery order and they take them straight out of the fryer.
Watering time.
You know, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. Well, they salt them, that takes a few seconds, whatever. Put them right into the bag. Well, it takes, you know, 5 minutes for the delivery driver to get to Walmart, and like 20 minutes to get to your place of residence. So they're not 7 minutes fresh anymore, but you paid for 7 minutes fresh fries. Working at Tim Hortons, the coffee, I forget the exact number, but I think that one was like 12 minutes or 15 minutes. You have to like write the time on the coffee pot of when you made it. I think it's 15 minutes fresh for the Tim Hortons coffee. And on busy days, the full pot of coffee might not even last 5 minutes. If it's lucky. Okay, so Next episode, back to grinding. Finishing off this episode by recounting a short story from my time working at Tim Hortons, where I had 4 pots of coffee. I think
You
like
drank 4 pots of coffee at once?
Hold on. So like a pot of coffee, I think is like 3 or 4 mediums, somewhere around there. So there were 4 pots of coffee sitting like on my warmers because we were busy. And I had 2 more pots brewing. We were that busy. We had like 3 like stands where like the customers could like wait in line and order from any of us. One of the employees, like I was on like one side, someone from the other side, so I was on number 1, they were on number 3, comes over, grabs 2 of my pots of coffee, leaves. I was like, okay, fine, this happens if you're busy, you know, your coffee isn't quite ready yet. You know, you take coffee, but then it's expected that you know, use it, and then once you have coffee, you know, you bring them back the coffee. Yeah. Guy comes over, takes the pots of coffee, goes away. So I'm like, okay, sure, he needs the coffee. Whatever. That's normal. He comes over, takes the other 2 pots of coffee, and leaves. And then he comes back and says, why don't you have any coffee ready? He starts like mouthing off. He came, took all of my coffee, came by and mouthed off to me for not having coffee ready. After he just took all 4 pots of coffee. Okay, like if you're like out of coffee and you have to like fill an order, you take 1 pot of coffee. You don't take all 4 pots. You take 1 pot of coffee to fill your order. If that runs out and your coffee is still not ready, you take 1 more pot of coffee. You don't take all of their coffee and then go, hey, you're out of coffee. You should do better. Meanwhile, I have 2 pots of coffee that are already like in the process of being made, and it's like, well, sorry, customer, this guy took all the coffee. You're gonna have to wait a minute because this guy took it all. I didn't actually say that, but it's like customers there like waiting for their coffee, and it's like they saw this guy take all of my coffee. Like, that's how quickly this was. There was 1 customer standing like at my counter who watched this happen. It wasn't like over the span of like 5 minutes. This was in the span of like less than 1 minute, where I had 4 pots of coffee, went down to 0, and then the guy came back and started trying to give me lip for not having coffee. It's
was
like,
the guy like a manager or something?
Nope.
Or like,
nope, not a manager. Just a coworker. The weirdest thing though, I'm sure he was a coworker, like I'd seen him around. Other than that 1 brief interaction, I don't think I'd ever talked to him before or after. Like, I think that I like saw him like, you know, working as not a customer, as, you know, a coworker. I don't think I'd ever talked to him before that moment. I don't think I wound up ever talking to him again. Like, I talked with my coworkers like during break or, you know, during like downtime was not busy. He was never there. Like, he would basically, the only times I remember seeing him is like when we were like too busy to like be social. And then it's like, okay, it's dying down now, and the guy's gone. I don't know, let's socialize with the coworkers that are actually here. But anyway, yeah, guy takes 4 pots of coffee, and then tries to give me lip for not having coffee. It's like, I don't know if I actually said this, but yeah, I was just like, dude, you took it all. I don't know if I said that, because I did give him like the, like, what do you want me to do expression. You know, face looking confused, hands like palm up. It's like kind of shrugging, like,
yeah.
what do you expect me to? I'm brewing some coffee. What do you want? I want my 4 pots of coffee back. That's what I want. How many coffees did you have to serve in the last 20 seconds? And is the person in the middle also out, or are you just targeting me? Like, anyway, so that's it for Runes. That went, well.